Hi everybody, this is Kiwi the Corgi. So this is our part 2 to our bathing video. So this is actually our drying video. So we've bathed him and now we're towel drying him. And he loves to shake. The equipment we're going to be using today, I've put down the non-slip mat underneath our towel, so our towel's not sliding around everywhere. I've also used, this is a lead it's a suction cap onto the bath. So this just helps him feel secure and so he won't jump off. So I'm just going to keep towel drying him for a good maybe 2 to 5 minutes, and he quite likes it, so it might be a bit longer. And then we'll start drying with the hairdryer. So now we've towel dried Kiwi as much as possible. So I've probably spent a good 5 to 10 minutes towel drying him. We're going to use 2 different hair dryers. I'm going to show you 2 different techniques. I'm going to use a human hair dryer and I'm also going to use a high velocity hair dryer. Both techniques and both grooming procedures are correct. It just depends on what's available to you at home. So I've got Kiwi hair all over me. Before we start drying, I just want to rehydrate his coat. So I'm going to use the Refresh coat conditioning spray and I'm just going to spray that through his coat. And what this will actually do is when we're drying him, it will create more slip, so more dead hair will come out of him. So we're just going to spray this through. Good boy. And it smells delicious. It's lemon, myrtle, citrus and avocado. So now we're just going to start drying him. And we're actually drying from the inside out. So we're drying the base and drying his skin and making sure that's dry, and then drying the outer coat. And we're going to continue doing this all through his body, and I'm going to separate his coat using a slicker as well. And then going back through. So this technique we will use the whole way through. So now we're going to show you how we're going to use a high velocity dryer. This is only a small one, which is great for if you're only doing your own dogs at home. We'll put that suction back on for you, buddy. So again, I'm going to spray the Refresh coat conditioning spray through his coat. The best thing about a high velocity dryer is that you don't actually need to brush at the same time. They do have enough power behind them to push that coat through and to push that dead coat out. And again, we want to dry the dog's coat inside out. So making sure the skin is actually dry before the end coat's dry. So we're going to turn it on low first, and we're going to start at the back of him first. I'm not going to start directly on his head. We're going to start at the rear end so he gets used to the noise and being dried with such a powerful, forceful dryer. So we're just going to turn it on low, and he's looking at it. And we're just going through the coat and just that up and down movement. And drying it inside out and making sure the nozzle is really close to the skin. So we've dried Kiwi with the high velocity dryer most of his body, but he doesn't seem to like his legs getting dry or his face being dry. So we're going to just use a human hair dryer just on low and very, very gentle so he doesn't get frightened or scared. You can see by the amount of hair that's on me that I've now turned into a Corgi. So this is great because his coat just feels amazing. So I'm going to just put this gently on and then just work through to his face and just by rubbing his ears because he loves that until he is completely dry, because we don't want any wet hair left on him whatsoever. We want all that undercoat dry. Okay, so we've finished drying Kiwi now, and I've literally got hair all over me, but it's all out of him, so this is what we wanted. So what I'm going to do is we are going to give him his final brush and his final going over. He is completely dry and he feels like warmish to touch, and that's what we don't. That's what we want. We don't want cool hair because that means it's not completely dry. So again, I'm just going to give a little spritz of the Refresh coat conditioning spray again to add some more hydration to his coat because we have dried it a lot. And I've got a coat, like a undercoat rake. This one's an Oster one. I really like this one. I do have another one over here that is quite similar, but the pins move and I just don't really like that one, so that's why I prefer this one. The pins don't move, so they're really secure. So we're just going to gently pull his coat tight and just gently drag this through, and it just removes any more dead hair that we've missed. So I'm going to go through his whole coat again and see we've missed a little bit of hair there, so then that comes out. It's alright buddy, it's not over yet. So, and if you notice the hair that's coming out, it's actually his dead undercoat and it's dull coat, and the coat that's left is beautiful and shiny, and that's what we want. We want that healthy coat coming through. So now we've gone through his whole coat using our rake and we've got a lot of hair out, and his mum's going to be super excited because she's not going to have any hair in her house when she gets home. So now we're going to just gently go through with our medium slicker. So I'm just going to give another little spritz and then gently go through it, and this will just help remove any flyaway hairs, and we're still getting out little bits of dead coat. Okay, so he's had his final brush through with our slicker, so we're going to just give him a gentle spritz with the cologne. This is his final touch, and I'm just going to gently go through with our wide tooth comb, making sure we've got all those little bits of clumps out of his coat, and then he'll be ready. And I'm pretty sure he's got some play dates lined up during the week because he's pretty popular little Kiwi. So if you would like any more tips on dog grooming, please subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching, and a huge thank you to Kiwi. He's eager to get down and probably go to the toilet, and we'll see you next time.